and welcome to the SmackDown review. I'm Adam Wilbourn from WhatCulture. John Michael from WhatCulture, here to review everything that happened on this week's episode of Friday Night SmackDown. But before we get into it, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube, where we do daily wrestling podcasts where we not only review SmackDown, but also Raw, show formerly known as NXT 2.0. We do Dynamite pay-per-views, premium live events, we have interviews, roundtable discussions, and a roundup of the week complete with a very good quiz, of course, on WrestleCulture. As I said, though, joined by Michael Hamflett to review this week's episode of Friday Night SmackDown. Good one, this one, it.
How many fingers am I holding up, Wilbourn, for the audio listeners?
5?
5.
Well, 4 and a thumb, but yeah,
5. 1 for every day it took before they supposedly once again finished CM Punk, lit the business on fire.
Yeah.
It always happens. Why don't people learn? Why don't people? Oh no! Like he just. By the way, I believe Wrestling Observer preeminent journalist Dave Meltzer still went 4+ on or something.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it's some terrible SummerSlam disaster. Like 5 days. I'm right. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, because by Friday, back all the way back. This is brilliant. We did the preview, and I'd like to say, because we previewed that section so extensively, that we probably go and listen back, go and watch back. I'd like to think we danced around quite a bit of what got discussed.
Mm-hmm.
But, well, A, there's nothing better than when you think you've got some things lined up that might happen, you try and predict it, you preview it, you analyse the hows, the whys, the whatever, and then they do stuff that surprises you that you wouldn't have even thought of, which was the case here, for one. But for two, you could spend all day previewing it and thinking you've got every single line, like as if somebody had leaked it and we'd had the script in front of us. But the great performers take it somewhere you couldn't even possibly imagine. And whatever I had in my head for this, which was of the highest standard, with a bunch of stuff that makes me want to watch these two wrestle, was eclipsed by their performance. Like, absolutely eclipsed. The highest expectations I could have had were completely surpassed.
And they barely scratched the surface.
Well, I mean, we'll get into it in a second, but like, for all we know, this really could be, well, I'll invoke the comparison briefly, but I'm going to just reiterate a point I made in the preview. This really could be the Eddie Kingston thing all over again, because it really could be over in 2 weeks. We could see like a promo for the ages, one of the best of the year, a last-minute bit of needle, a match, and then nobody speaks to each other ever again and everything.
Yes.
And we all remember how great it was, right? It really could be that. And I've got some thoughts about that like-for-like comparison as well. But it's sensible to make everybody feel like there is still so much to delve into, so much to reach down the back of the sofa for, because if this is just if they're right now telling you that this is just a 2-week thing, and then by the end of this, I always use the example of like, and by the end of this, like, how's CM Punk stood over Drew McIntyre with a hole in his head, emptying bracelet pieces onto it. Like, how did we get here? You know, this could be that, couldn't it? So the more you've left, the more bullets that are still in the chamber, the more you can fire those as and when you need them. This was perfect, like definitionally perfect by what they didn't say as much as what they did. Like, too much, and then you're like, well, I hope you can find some more down there, because we've got 6 more weeks where we need to build something. Too little, and a bunch of people probably go, I wanted more from these two. This was perfect. Absolutely perfect. And a bit of a sign of things to come for a really strong SmackDown.
Yeah.
The second strong WWE show of the week, the real sense that there is a bit of momentum with WWE post SummerSlam
shows, yeah.
Everybody's always said that. It's the Raw and SmackDown after SummerSlam. We all know that they're the big ones, because that's when what's our one? Gregorian. Yeah. The Levekian calendar kicks off the first, the Raw and SmackDown after SummerSlam. Mm-hmm. That's something we've been saying a long time. I don't know why, but he really does lock in a bit at this time of year, and it's happening again.
I'm so excited. I just want to get into this because I spent the weekend not a great deal on social media with family stuff and birthday stuff and what have you. But anytime I did, through muscle memory, I was like, I don't want to spoil it for myself. So I only got to watch this. You watched it this morning. I watched it last night.
So a quick primer. For those that missed the preview, there's actually, I think, a good bit of detail of our hijinks and adventures on the Raw preview today with Sidge.
And Sidge's thoughts on all this.
And Sidge's thoughts on this. And by the time you watch this, there may be a Q&A that's already been uploaded to YouTube where if people ask, we might answer. Your birthday, the meeting of the minds, Wilbourn, Blobby, at last.
Yeah.
I went to France to watch Sunderland dispose.
When did you get back?
This morning. And this is not one of them things that we're recording. It's actually Monday, 2:30 in the morning. I was pretty tired, so I went to sleep pretty quickly, and I was up at 5:45 this morning to watch SmackDown. Yes, that is under 4 hours. Yeah, that is under 4. You're right. I think there's still 8% booze in my system. With apologies to all the people I rang excitedly from France to sing Sunderland songs at, including one Matt Rains. He sent me a pint picture. And I was like, I'm drinking 8%. All right, Matt and Ashley. Can't remember everything I said. I'm sorry. It was brilliant, but we have a lot of SmackDown to discuss.
Yes.
So that can be found on Raw, and then if people ask in the Q&A, I'm sure we'll go into more detail.
So Cody Rhodes immediately marches out to start this show.
Bonds are in the Champions League, and I've seen nothing to suggest that we should be worried about. I think we're winning the lot. I've decided.
Okay, fair enough.
You know what they say about friendlies? It definitely determines what the season looks like.
Well, we're already at the League Cup, so it was a great weekend.
He's very, very smart, right?
Yeah.
Like that's
focus on the league.
Focus on the league.
Yeah.
Before it's kicked, we're focusing on the league when it kicks off.
And I will be wearing my new Chesterfield kit on the SmackDown preview on Friday.
Yes. What do you make of this?
It's very nice.
It was one I had to choose between. I was treating myself to a couple of the World Cup ones, and it was between this. I was proper on the line, this and the Japan one.
Yeah, Japan had a nice one.
With like the rainbow stripes.
I'd probably, if I had to pick a different one, I'd pick Mexico.
Not least because of the football and friendship that
we're new best mates.
Yeah.
I love them.
I had another like 2026 one in the little basket, and then I saw the 1994 USA Blue Stars one, and I was like, it's finally time.
Yeah.
You can only live your life so long and not just get that thing.
Yeah.
I got it, so that'll be here soon as well, hopefully.
So Cody Rhodes marched down to the ring after what happened at SummerSlam with Randy Orton, obviously, and grabs the mic and calls out Randy Orton. And he says, well, while we wait for Randy Orton, I'll go ahead and say it. Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, my surrogate hometown, a WrestleMania city. What do you guys want to talk about? It's like an angry version of that. What do you guys want to talk about? He says, let's talk about memories, good memories, great memories.
The best.
We saw that come up on the screen earlier. This past week, the wrestling world lost a champion in Dory Funk Jr. That's how they started the show with a nice visual of him. Good memories, great memories, like 200 yards from here, where WrestleMania XL was.
Oh my God.
Just realised that's going to get us in trouble on YouTube. There we go. Talks about people in the ring with him then. John Cena, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton. More memories this past weekend. I lost center of the ring to the best in the world and the undisputed WWE champion, CM Punk. Now, I'm going to assume that CM Punk didn't know that Randy Orton was going to roll into this ring and hit me with an RKO. The mere mention of his name brings out the punker. It was probably already shadow boxing backstage the moment he got to the building. He comes out and he said, I heard my name. I said, play my music. Sounds like my friend wants to ask me a question. You got something you want to ask me? Cody says, no. But Randy, did you know about Randy Orton, basically? Punk says, it kind of hurts that you have to ask me, but I understand. You need to hear it from my lips. No, I didn't know Randy was there. I didn't know he was going to hit. I didn't know he hit a drive-by RKO. And in fact, I'm not obviously as mad about it as you are. I'm pretty pissed about it. So if you want a two-man power trip this place,
oh my God,
we can go back there together and find Randy Orton and beat his ass. What do you say? Cody says, no. Look, we've got unfinished business, no doubt, but my answer is the one I need from Randy Orton. I'm going to find him tonight. I'm going to kick his ass. He goes to leave and says, the ring is yours. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, CM Punk. And as he goes to leave, Punk simply says, hey, Cody, that unfinished business between you and I, say when.
Oh, all right. Like when, please. Great. Really great. Like proper post match, follow-up ramifications. It's not over. It's maybe never over, but it's okay that we're just temporarily going off in these different directions. There was a point that comes up in the promo that's about to follow that even uses the fact that these two have had this exchange that I thought was really nicely done, very delicately handled. I thought the performances were as great as they always are from CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. It's funny, you know, like the match, which I liked, and like Sidge didn't, and we had a good, I thought, like a really good spirited disagreement about that on the SummerSlam review. What really kind of worried me about it was what I thought was their, like, by far their weakest promo exchange on the Go Home SmackDown. I know you said
I've never seen it. I'm not going to bring myself to watch it.
You don't need to. And what it did do was it kind of created a vibe that for the first time just didn't feel as on as this. It was the only time that the vibe was ever so slightly off. And then when the match, which I, you know, concede, like, took a little while to get going because I both felt like neither of them seemed as comfy in the spot.
Yeah.
Because they weren't on last, they weren't on night two. There was a lot about it that seemed to...
And they probably knew where it was heading.
Yeah, rub them up the wrong way a little bit. But then once it kind of came to life, I loved it. This was right back to before they'd even wrestled that first time, where the vibes just feel electric, where the vibes feel massive. This idea that both of them, in their own way, could be on a very, like, slow road to a heel turn.
Yeah.
You could find stuff within the content of the promos that these two cut on the show and be thinking, right, there's a dark path for you to take here. And yet, they've basically just built the second match as another all babyface match. It's so captivating to think that by the time these two come back around again, what if one's actually turned? And how does the other respond to that? Like I always said, just say when, but I don't love what you've been doing lately. And that would all it would take. You know, I thought we were friends. Like, there's so many little things that they've built into the relationship with one another here on, like, SmackDown Island, like, which they now both kind of want to control at the same time. It never goes away. I love that.
So as Cody's leaving, Kevin Owens' music hits and he walks out and there's a little moment between him and Cody. Cody hands him a microphone. Kevin Owens gets in the ring, and I would encourage people to go and check this out. There is a great video that I've seen doing the rounds on X with sort of subtitles of, you can probably work out what they're saying.
I need to see this.
Getting into each other's faces, and Owens like, pissed off a bit, aren't you? You're pissed off that I'm just back and straight back in. He's like, yeah, I'm a bit pissed off, actually. And you're smirking and what have you. Kevin is like, really? It's just a smirk. They proper get into each other's faces, and Nick Aldis is there.
He is. He's the SmackDown general manager.
That's correct. And there's all referees and officials and stuff. But Kevin Owens says, "Don't worry, Nick. We're all pros. You've been telling us all week to be professional." Punk says, "Yep, I'm a professional. I can handle it. You're here to claim your title shot. I mean, I see you're dressed to wrestle. You're in your gear." He's in his cut-off T-shirt and, well, pants.
Where's the lie?
He wrestles in shorts, not pants, as he says. But if you want to know if I want to wrestle, says Kevin, the answer is yes. It's all I've wanted to do for the last 17 months. 17 months is a long time to be told that you might never get to do what you love again, especially when you haven't decided. I didn't choose to leave. I was forced to leave. And for 17 months, I lived in uncertainty. But I've been proving people wrong my entire career, and here I am. It's like a chant for him. And he says, I never lost it. But all this brings me to you, because you're out here proving me right. Because for 3 years now, I've had people come up and tell me, Kevin, listen, you got to give him a second chance. Phil's changed. He's different. He's a new guy. I never bought it. Not for 1 second, because I know who CM Punk is, and you're out here proving me right by having the arrogance to tell Cody, just say when. When he wants another title shot. Just say when. Because, in fact, I'm the number one contender to that title. But I'm not surprised you're looking past me. You think you're better than me. In fact, you think you're better than everyone. And that is what proves to me that I'm right. And you're still the same arrogant sociopath I've always known you to be. Punk gets right up against him here and says, I'm getting closer because I want you to hear me. Arrogance. Let's talk about my arrogance. Some people love it. I call myself the best in the world. It's what got me to the dance. It's why millions around the world chant my name when I show up to arenas. It's why they chanted my name for 10 years while I was gone. I don't know why you're still out here. This is to the referees and stuff. I'm a professional. I can handle it. Some people may not like the fact that I call myself the best in the world, but I back it up every single time. In fact, this title that you say you're the number one contender for means I am the best in the world. What I don't understand is what you can't appreciate the arrogance. Because if anybody's benefited from my arrogance, it's you. If anyone's benefited from what I went through to get here, all the things I did and said to knock down doors for guys like you benefited the most. This place called me skinny fat. You really think they were waiting around, holding their breath, waiting for Kevin Owens? Fat piece of shit. He didn't say that here. He did say it later as he was walking out.
Thanks, down.
I mean, just the fact that he didn't say it on mic actually what makes it better, because he just sort of just pointed his finger to be like, this.
I need to go see this, because I saw that one, but there's obviously loads of little bits between the two.
Kevin says, Phil, it's been 10 years since the last time I was world champion. And look, for the last 10 years, I've pictured winning that title back countless times. It's always great in my head. But I could never have guessed that something would happen to make that moment even better. Because now, I don't just get to win the WWE Championship. I get to humble you and beat your ass for it. Punk says, look, it's good to have impossible dreams. Sometimes I dream so big it scares me. I can see right now, can you be Kevin Owens just for this tiny bit?
Mm-hmm.
I can see right now, you're a little bit scared.
Scared?
And he sort of laughs, doesn't he, here?
Scared. Microphone drops a little bit. He, there's no space left between them. And he, takes it back, almost tries, and then just gets somehow closer in his face. It's so end of a night out. Is this going to happen or not? Which is awful in real life. I've never been in a real life fight, and I don't even really like being close to them, because I don't think my brain and body and balls knows what my fight, flight, or freeze is. I think it is a combination of all the others, and I just fall over. Like Peter Griffin singing Surfing Bird too much in Family Guy. This here had me holding on to that edge.
Everyone paces about when they're doing promos for the most part in wrestling, because nervous energy or whatever you want to call it. Every single moment they took a step back, I suddenly thought, that's swinging range now, or super kick, or stunner, or whatever. In the middle of a promo, they're going to get to the point they're going to make before they do this pull apart or whatever. Yet you thought, any second now it could kick off.
Well, it's funny because I was thinking that they were using the space in order to then go back in again, and it was as if. Because I was kind of watching from the other point of view. There's something to that. It's I don't need the fight right now. I just keep saying these words to each other. How far can you push? And I sometimes think when wrestlers get that close and they're close talking, and for whatever reason that might be, but it's been blocked in such a way, or the wrestlers are making a choice or whatever it is. It's they could be saying something really, really horrible to you or about you, and at that very moment you can smell their breath as they're doing it. That's how close it is. Mm-hmm. And there's such a real, authentic nastiness to that. Human beings very possibly being awful to one another. And that's what you're supposed to work. And as we'll get to, I feel confident that was what they were doing.
You should practice a little bit of gratitude, continues Punk. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be here right now. You'd be working that 9 to 5 you hate, being a weekend warrior on the indies, calling me, asking me for tickets to a WWE show for you and your kid.
It's wrestling. You are never even allowed to mention that somebody has a partner or a child. Everybody. I could not come into work like we do every day and say to you, oh, do you have a nice week? It was your birthday, wasn't it, Wilbourn? Anne-Louise and Eric throw a party for you ever. What did you just say? Yeah, what did Anne-Louise help Eric wrap a little present for you? What did you just say? Take the names out of your mouth. Well, your mum and dad come down? My parents. You cannot. It's like this sort of weird.
It's the line you should never
the ultimate
cross.
Button that you can't push.
You say I think I'm the best in the world? No, brother. That doesn't work for me. I know I'm the best in the world, and so do they. Look at you. Didn't he say the last bit there, Phil?
God.
Kevin Owens. Yeah, look at me. You're right, I should be grateful. I should thank you for the trail that you blazed, the doors you kicked down. That's true. For people like me, that's true. But I should also thank you because you show me what not to do, what not to become, how not to treat people around me. You showed me that somebody's ego can get so inflated they actually start believing the crap that comes out of their mouth when they call themselves the best in the world. Dude. You must be so lonely on that pedestal you put yourself on. Meanwhile, thank you, because seeing what you've become has made me determined to not let this business turn me into a miserable piece of like you.
Unbelievable.
Get into it. The mics are dropped down now. They're getting each other's faces.
Yeah.
Punk's like, you said you keep it professional. And they stop, and Kevin shoves him. No punches are thrown because Oldest and the producer and everyone's in there. Punk's like, let him go. Let's have it out right now. And that's when he walks out and calls him fat, basically, off mic. But the disdain they hold each other in is palpable.
This was, you have great recap as always. This was the sort of promo that if you wanted, and we won't do that here today, but you could, and you know, people did with something like the Kingston one, and there have been great segments like where you could, if you wanted, go and identify what it was to enjoy about every single line. Every single line. Like, I'll come up with a couple of examples, but I don't mean to thus subsequently neglect the stuff that was also great that we don't mention. Like Punk mid-flow going, that doesn't work for me, brother, and stroking his imaginary Fu Manchu to position himself as the Hogan in this situation. Like, funny, by the way, but like doing so as the like literal most jacked he's ever been in a feud which has body composition as in its DNA, going all the way back to their time together in Ring of Honor and all the way to present day with the things that they can say about one another, you know, and Punk's use of the skinny fat ass, things at his expense that can then be served back. Like Punk, it's the babyface heel dynamic is very interesting here because gun to head, I think I'm learning that even when shades of grey are fun, bigger picture, you want babyfaces and heels. Yeah. And I think like we've seen a lot of that. Like the situation with the Bloodline is absolutely out of control. And that has really kind of made me realise how things just get lost. And I think the fundamental flaw with the Roman Reigns character is this.
I think Raw will be a lot better this week when he's not there.
Yeah, like what is it? Yeah. You know? And I think you kind of risk tiptoeing into that a little bit because Kevin Owens has come back, regardless of how he left. Like the story of his absence was always going to bring him back a babyface and a big one at that. And then he's become the number one contender, and there's nothing but sentiment and love for this guy who's recovered from the most serious of injuries, and we love him anyway. And he's got a decade plus of credit in the bank and all the rest of it. You can turn him heel down the road, but right now where we are, you know, it's too much to love Kevin Owens. So you can think to yourself, all right, well, like CM Punk is the top babyface in WWE at the moment, I would say, but the things he doesn't like about Kevin Owens, the things in the past he has said and done to Kevin Owens, and the things that he's now saying and doing in character are making him the situational heel. But CM Punk believes his truth so much that he carries himself like a babyface. So he's saying these things, and there's almost like a kind of, and I love that's why he's invoked Hogan, because there is almost like a deluded, godlike mentality to say like, yeah, all right, I'm watching for wearing your shirt, and I'm effectively kind of calling you fat every time I look at you with my eyes, but you have to be okay with that for the rest of your days because you wouldn't be here without me. Like, and I mean, that's not true, is it? But the first bit is Punk kicked a door open. That's what he did for Kevin Owens, right? He changed the, I was going to say the culture. He attempted to change the perception of wrestlers and did a decent enough job that a Bryan gets in and a Owens gets in and a Zayn gets in. And, you know, it doesn't justify being a dick to him for the rest of your life. But like CM Punk, as usual, is so incredible with the courage of his convictions that he thinks it does. Well, what more do you want from me, fat ass? Like, well, for you to stop calling me fat ass, first of all, you dick. Well, no, I deserve that. I deserve that privilege. I got you in. Yeah. Well, you didn't. I got me in. Like, and it's just, so you're like, but that's CM Punk, right? That's, and especially if you've come in there and you've had a go at him back, well, now he's definitely not like that thing you did last week where it's like, oh, right, that's the heels dug in. Like there is no, but he's like, but he could cut through the mat and you'd find the Undertaker down there. He's dug his heels into the canvas so hard at this point, and they're never coming out. So like Kevin Owens, upon realizing that, I get it. So you just, when I was that guy in a singlet in Ring of Honor and thinking, I'm actually feeling myself in a t-shirt and a t-shirt, and you make me feel this big, small, because you're the veteran and I'm supposed to follow your advice and all that sort of stuff. And the power dynamics are such that I can't do anything about that, right? It's not that now. I don't need to feel rattled by you. Like, I had that belt 10 years ago when you weren't even around, and that was fine. Thanks very much. I don't need to feel, I'm not afraid of you anymore. It's Kevin in Home Alone, isn't it? I'm not afraid of you anymore. Well, there's another Kevin that's not afraid of him anymore, and it's Kevin Owens. And yet, such is the power of CM Punk, the character. What do they always say? I'm aware of the magnitude of me, that a wrestler can just find themselves getting sucked into saying some pretty nasty stuff as well.
Yep.
And Owens isn't afraid of that at the best of times, but when pushed, he'll do it. And what really, really impressed me about this, what impressed me so much, is that the way that they closed before we got to the shoving was with Kevin Owens. People are going to make the Eddie Kingston comparison, as they should, right? If you even watch AEW, if you don't, right, CM Punk and Eddie Kingston had a feud that kind of had some similarities to this one. And I think, like, so if you watch both, and we do, we cover all the companies, WWE and AEW, you will have seen, this is like a WWE version of this AEW idea, and it's like CM Punk has all this like history with various people from different times he's encountered people, and when you can mine that, you do, and magic happens.
Wade said they weren't allowed to mention certain things.
Yeah, and that was interesting as well, wasn't it? Because that's like, so that's week 2. And the week 3 is the match. So we're getting, is it the gloves are off next week? So what's happening there? You know, we'll cover that in the preview, I suppose. But the other comparison here is the one that blew everything up. So, like, the more Owens is saying at the end, where he's saying, I know who you are, and the example you've set to me is not the thing that got me in the door. It's to remind me who I should be as a person.
Yeah.
Who I should be for people backstage here. How different is that, really, than I see who you are, CM Punk? Not out here in front of these people, but in those little moments in the quiet, like backstage when you think no one can see you, I can see you. You know, you talk a great game about workers' rights. Like, what Owens is doing is not that different, is it? There's implication there. Implication that is just as strong as the stuff that blew up All Elite Wrestling for like 2 years, basically. Like, it's that big. And they know that, and this is different because this is the best kind of a promo battle because, and I'll say it till I'm blue in the face, wrestling's a dance.
Yep.
Like, a 2-person dance does not look good if only one person's dancing, right? This was electrifying because they were dancing, because they were, whether it was some of the stuff was off-piste, whether some of the stuff was like a gamble and they were both feeling it and whatever, or if every single last little word, utterance, giggle, laugh, whatever, was in the script, word for word, beat for beat. We don't know, right? We don't know. But we do know from how this played out that they were on that page enough together to understand the value of doing this business together. I've just said a non-ironic this business, and I heard it coming out my mouth, and there was nothing I could do to stop it because that's how passionate I am about this. Kevin Owens calling him a sociopath was incredible because here is a guy who, within storylines, has attempted to leave his best friend disabled, right? He has attempted repeatedly to break the neck and balls and legs of his best friend to a permanent end. Yeah. Right?
But you take it too far.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
If you think about it, right? And for them to kind of understand that there are layers to a promo duel like this, and this was everything on a plate for a live crowd, from the John Cena rose head, I can hear all your spots, John, to the guy in the front row with a Kill Steen Kill shirt on, right? Everybody would have been able to enjoy this because the ones that knew the subtext kind of we're alluding to, kind of what people that have been like looking for a Kingston type thing will have been looking for here. Thrilled, like just thrilled with getting to see this needle. A lot of people say there's never enough needle in the CM Punk stuff in WWE. I personally disagree. I think he's a WWE superstar that kind of gives you all of it. I think sometimes he's good for needle. I think sometimes he's just good for being the top babyface. I think he's a bit of everything as a punker. If you only know this, you're watching this going, at least they don't like each other, and I feel really awkward. Man, my tummy's sore. And then to jump ahead, Kevin Owens wants it in 2 weeks. So there's your next comparison to the Kingston thing, because it was utterly electrifying, utterly magnificent. And this wasn't as good, but that's all right. I use the example on the preview. I don't compare every great match to Hart Austin from WrestleMania 13 either. Kingston Punk is legitimately maybe one of the all-time greatest bits of business in wrestling I've ever seen, right? So, that's the bar, and Punk and Owens did close to even get close to it. If they wrestle in 2 weeks and this is done, my God, is this going to, be preserved in amber as a 3-week piece of work? And it was God, maybe there is some tension, because they did it, but they only worked together for the bare minimum amount of time. And then you're left thinking about the day they come together again. I remember when they did that absolutely unbelievable 3-week promo and then program, and then nobody really spoke about it again. That was good, wasn't it? And then they're like, what if they're in a Royal Rumble together? Or what if they're in a chamber together? Or whatever. It's we know this is real. This is and that's what you're doing. It's so hard to blur the lines and play kind of real and fake and all the rest of it. It's so tough. Punk's the best at it. Owens is right there with him, and magic was made. I love it, Maggle. I just absolutely loved it. I can't wait to watch it again tonight.
And how do you follow that? By telling everyone, suck it!
Suck it!
There's Charlotte Flair. She's got a match with Jade Cargill in the main event. We will get to that. Talking about how she's not fighting for a spot to be the top girl or fighting for gold or a legacy or career. She's fighting for her best friend, Alexa Bliss, who brought her back to life. Jade got her attention when she had to tell Alexa's daughter that her mummy's going to be okay. Tonight she's going to kick Jade's ass in the spotlight. 2 alphas, 1 ring. If Jade's half the woman she claims to be, she'll come to the ring alone. Woo! Woo! And then there's a nice promo from Trick Williams following this to hype up his matches as he headed out to face Baron Corbin for the US title. He's going to kick his ass for the culture to get his US title back. And out comes Trick. Out comes the champion, Baron Corbin, on his motorbike.
Yeah, Baron Corbin's got a motorbike.
They brawl. They brawl to the outside of the ring very early on. Corbin gets chucked around by Trick, who was not messing about here. Chucks him into the timekeeper's area. Jumping Larry into there to take us to our first commercial break of the show, because they give first half an hour to just watch it.
Thank you.
But he's in trouble when we come back, but he gets out of it. There's Trick kicks in there. There's a Trick slap. There's the whoop that Trick stomps. But as he loads up for a Trick shot, that beautiful deep 6. Perfect time.
Kind of always what he's brought, isn't it?
Yeah. Pull it out. There it is.
Yeah.
Corbin sends Trick into a ring post on the outside, chucks him back in, grabs the furry US title belt, but it takes too long arguing the ref, turns around into a bookend, but Corbin kicks out at 2. Trick sets up again, gets counted to the end of days, but Trick reversed that and hits Corbin with a Trick shot. Crowd are well into this at this point, but it's too close to the ropes, and Corbin gets a hand on them. Corbin rolls out the ring as Trick is like, get out of the way, ref, I want to get to him. And as he pushes the referee out of the way to lean out of the ring to grab Corbin, he spins round, unbeknownst to the referee, to hit another title shot on Trick Williams and then cover him 1, 2, 3.
Way better than the SummerSlam match.
Yes.
Way better. I think the lack of stadium pressure, I think the lack of Lil Yachty, to be honest, allowed Trick to work way more like a good arena babyface. This was like the Lil Yachty thing. We were fans of him, I think.
Yeah.
And I just like his enthusiasm for the show, for WWE, and indeed his ability to, he's good enough out there as a hype guy that you don't mind that his traditional wrestling manager thing isn't as good as an actual trained wrestler.
Yes.
But him not being there, really helped the dynamic between these two. Baron Corbin as this cheating, cut-off heel who does not care if you're not happy when he's finished his work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it didn't really mesh with a manager that was always trying to cheat and help the
Yes.
babyface. You know, I know that sounds obvious. And, like, look, the stuff between him and Yachty was quite poor at SummerSlam. Like, they had
Timing.
timing issues, chemistry issues. Yachty took that table weird. None of it worked.
Yeah.
Like, none of it worked. So you lift that out, and instead you just have a straight-up match. And look, this wasn't pulling up any trees, but Corbin looked way more like what I imagine they thought they were getting when they decided to do this mini program. Like, Mr. Experience, like solid hand out there, all those kind of euphemisms for, not going to WrestleMania or anything, but it's not Ibsen, is it? It's WWE, it'll do. Like, they had a purpose in mind with bringing Corbin back for Trick, and this match came way closer to achieving that purpose than not. And if you look at Corbin's direction of travel, have we just seen the, 2 losses upwards for Trick? Is he now going to be, I'm really mad about this now. I'd love to get back in the hunt for the US title in a minute. I'm just going to go over there and see what's going on in this other title picture. Like, especially based on what Corbin's doing next, So, like.
Yeah, I'll mention it here because Corbin later on gets caught up with by Kathy Kelly, who describes his wins as upsets. And Corbin's like, really? I'm the underdog in all this? I've only been back here for a cup of coffee and I've already got this title. More titles, more victories to come. Everyone looks real stupid now. It's the story of my whole career. He's going to make sure that Trick never gets his hands on this championship again. There's not a man in this locker room that can step to him and challenge him for the title. Suddenly there is Mello, who attacks Corbin, sends him into the garage door, and says, guess what? Next week on SmackDown, I'm going to face you in my hometown, Boston, Massachusetts, for that US title.
You've got my attention.
Yep.
Like, we talked about this. This felt like it could be that Corbin was there to transition the belt to Mello without having to do Mello Trick and have Mello beat Trick. And it almost looks like Trick's defeats have come as a result of Corbin being a dirty bastard, and Trick's got to get a bit, like, he's a babyface now, but he's got to remember to be a bit mean. And in their mind, it's like, we've sharpened a couple of Trick's edges there. Mello, on the other hand, gets to be the ultimate beneficiary.
Imagine if Trick helps Mello. We'll talk about it in the preview.
Yeah, that kind of thing, and a sort of a nod of respect, and Mello's like, yeah, you want a shot down the line, we'll do that, The furry belt's got to go right now. Right now.
Yeah, just don't have to customize every belt.
No, I love it, but it's Tricks. And Corbin, I think it's fun that he's like, I've got it, and you're not getting it back, and I've won again, But when he defends against Mello,
on his bike,
that's got to go.
Yeah.
Like, he's got to have put a bike on it or something, I don't know.
yeah.
With apologies to the person in Lawrence who
owns
a motorbike because I sat on it. I thought I was the Undertaker. I was dead manning out.
In amongst all this, we see Sami Zayn and his mate Nick Aldis.
Yeah.
He says, I just want to congratulate you, Nick, on your performance against Gunther. I cried. I saw your son come into the ring and hug you. Nick's like, you know what? Thanks for that, Sammy. Sammy goes, you going to congratulate me about SummerSlam? And Nick literally says, here it comes. Yeah, here it comes. How many times do you think I'm just going to let you sit on the sidelines while you get screwed over, basically? I'd still be WWE champion right now if you didn't call CM Punk at the 11th hour. I'd be the number one contender now if you didn't put Gunther and Kevin Owens in there. As he says that, guess who's there? It's Kevin Owens, who does a great face. Someone who's just there, I'm going to call you CM Punk. I hate everything about you. It cuts to Kevin Owens and he's like, Nick's like, you know what? I feel like you too. Maybe we've got a bit of unfinished business. And he says, before you go, Nick, Canada, Toronto, August 21st. That's when I want the title match. Nick says he's going to make some calls. Sammy, though, welcomes Kevin back to WWE. Kevin says that didn't sound very sincere. Love seeing these two on screen together. No one's happy to see Kevin Owens back than Sami Zayn. He spent the last year and a half not knowing if their last match in Toronto at Elimination Chamber was going to be their last match ever. Of course he's happy Kevin's back. And now he's got this opportunity to become WWE champion in Toronto. But Sammy also needs Kevin to acknowledge that his return 100% screwed him over And, the return came at Sammy's expense. Kevin says, I'm sorry that the way I returned affected you so much, but let's be honest, you do the exact same thing if you're in my position.
Yep.
And also, Punk can say, look, maybe I don't deserve to be the number one contender, but I did beat you in my last match, and you were in the number one contenders match. Sammy says, you know what? I hope you become WWE champion. I'd rather see you as WWE champion than CM Punk. If there's anything I can do to help, Kevin says, I appreciate the offer, and I know how long you've wanted to get CM Punk in the ring, but I'm taking care of this on my own. Sammy's like, oh, okay. Don't need me anymore then. Just understand one thing. Don't expect me to stop chasing what I want just because it's what you want as well, Kevin.
Whew. Zayn hits home run after home run.
I'm like a cha-ching button on the soundboard because the amount of money programs they've already set up.
Every week he does this. We talked about this, didn't we? Our fantasy booked a finish in which Sami Zayn's out there with a ref down and he flies at the corner where they're both there with a haluva kick. Who does he hit? Well, you've got like 10 reasons for one or the other. You know, it could be an accident. It could be on purpose. Who knows? But that feels like where that's going. Great. Absolutely great because there's just no outcome that's bad, is there? You've got 3 men here. There is it's like that. There's the lines going back and forth. CM Punk line to Kevin Owens. Dislike. Kevin Owens to Sami Zayn. Like. Sami Zayn to CM Punk. Dislike, but then there's little dash lines, isn't there? Who does CM Punk dislike more? There's a little splinter one going off to Cody Rhodes. Dashed friendship ? Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, best friends line underneath. Sometimes worst enemies.
Yeah.
And there's all these little. That's how it used to feel about so much of this product, and there's less of it now. So it's nice to get these ones back. I think I said, if I remember correctly, that the run-in would be kind of the end of everything. He's kind of alienated Owens. That's the end of this version of their friendship. He can't get near to Punk. He goes off and he joins the Bloodline because
wins Money in the Bank.
He wins Money in the Bank. He's getting desperate. The chemistry between these two is effortless and brilliant, exactly as you'd expect. And I love as well that their last match was so long ago. Again, it's a bit like the Owens returning as a babyface, that they know they will fight again. Like Zayn saying, I didn't think the no holds barred lights out match we had in Elimination Chamber would be our last.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait for another knockdown drag out with your best bud. That's what's so unique about their dynamic, right? It's magic. I can't wait for that title match. I can't wait. God damn it, might not. I don't know. I forget how wacky some works. It's not all in weekend, is it?
No, it's the weekend before.
Great. I'll be around for the review then. Whew, thank God.
Yeah, me too.
Can't wait. I can't wait for that match. That is a money title match on SmackDown. There's Sami Zayn over there who is as good as directly in the mix. Drama out the ace.
Imagine if you get a triple threat eventually down the road as well.
Okay, I'll have that.
And it's like Sammy and Kevin. Well, let's beat up CM Punk. All right, but we hate each other as well, don't we? Kevin Owens and CM Punk team up. Let's kick the crap out of Sammy for a bit, actually. You're all right, you are.
Sammy's funny as well, isn't he? I was crying with your wife.
It was so good that they're really happy for you. You know, say to me?
He's never wrong, is he?
No.
He's just always wrong.
What followed this was the new WWE Women's Championship celebration. By the looks of it, it is. Get what's into Rhea Ripley.
Mm-hmm.
She is gone for a long time.
Yeah.
Looking by the photos and videos that I've seen. So to a certain extent, I get that they sort of weirdly just went straight into her saying, I'm not interim, I'm the new WWE Women's Champion.
It worked for Chelsea, didn't it? Because she would be the type of person to be like, no, this is real.
I think they can clean that up this week by just having a video from Rhea Ripley saying, look, I'm going to have to vacate the title and Chelsea is therefore officially your new champion. Chelsea can celebrate like she's won the title a second time.
Well,
until we need an interim allowing. Jesus Christ, yeah. Cursed. She comes down. There's balloons. There's a red carpet. There's decorations. And Chelsea Green says, I love you guys so much. Appreciate you for sticking with me from the beginning and pledging your allegiance. Each and every one of you cheering tonight. You're a huge part of the reason why I walked out of SummerSlam. You're new WWE Women's Champion. And she says, we're thanking people. I want to thank my beautiful, stunning, gorgeous, blonde bombshell of a best friend, Tiffany Stratton. And I thought, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Out comes Tiffy. She says, Tiffy, I'm so sorry for what happened on Sunday, but I know that our friendship is stronger than that, right? Right?
Right.
So with that being said, I called you out because I want to make a toast to strong female friendships. So let's make a toast. And Tiffy says, actually, I want to talk to you about something. As she's reaching for the champagne bottle, already a lot, going off in my head. And suddenly, before anything like that can happen, out comes Fatal Influence. Fatal Influence, by the way, if you're unaware. I don't know why it would be. They're one of the best things on SmackDown. They are the current women's tag team champions, Fallon Henley and Lainey Reid, and the leader of the group and former two-time NXT women's champion, JC Jane. She says, all right, enough of this cringy little soap opera we've got going on right now. Tiffy, if it wasn't for you, I'd be in that ladder match on Sunday. I'd be the one standing in the middle of that ring as the WWE Women's Champion, and you all know it. And the girl's like, yeah. And Lainey says, and all of Fatal Influence would be draped in gold, the way it was always meant to be. Fallon Henley says, but instead we got Chelsea Green, the self-proclaimed hot mess.
Chelsea Gren.
Chelsea Gren. Chelsea Gren.
Is that like how we would say grain, as in like
Grant? Oh yeah.
Like they say Graham and Craig.
Chelsea Graham.
Yeah, that's my friend Graham. I'm gonna have some golden grahams for breakfast, and then that's Craig. That's like that's Craig from Big Brother. That's how they would say that. So she's saying Chelsea Green, but like
you say Chelsea Green or Chelsea Graham?
Chelsea Green.
Instead, we've got Chelsea Green, the self-proclaimed hot mess, out here representing SmackDown.
Chelsea Green.
But you know what makes it even worse? Is they actually think that you deserve it. Chelsea says, okay, that was rude. Do you mind if we can put a pin in it, though? I just want to celebrate my moment. And JC says, don't worry, we're not here to ruin your moment. I think you are. Your tragic little moment. But she says, Tiffany, you took away my chance at that title, so you leave me no choice but to take away the thing that you love the most. And since your bestie destroyed all your hopes and dreams of being Tiffy 2 titles, I thought to myself, why not put the final nail in the coffin and take away that US title off of you, and then you'd be Tiffy no titles.
Solid.
Sounds so good. I was like, you could sell ice to an Eskimo. You could. Tiffany says, you know what? I'll give you a title match next week if you give us a tag title match right here, right now. Jessie Jane says, pause, girls. Little huddle. We accept. Nick Aldis, send out a referee right now. And he does.
Mm-hmm. I've got some broad thoughts on this, but I'll say... Right, we'll
go straight into
the match. Yeah.
The match, which very early on featured a house call kick from Fallon Henley.
Oh my God.
She's class, isn't she?
Bad ass. Yeah. Having a very good main roster run so far.
Oh, nice nod from Swerve on X as well. That.
Yeah. Nice.
Tiffy hit a handspring stunner to come back, though.
Do you think like Aaron Solo go up after this? So, you like Swerve Strickland, eh? Bye.
Can I have your phone number so I can give you a house call? Sounded better in my head. Sorry.
I mean, at least he asked for the number this time, right?
Yeah. Maybe it'll go to answer machine because you're Swerving Michael. Come on, Aaron.
Don't give her ideas.
Uh-oh. Hope you don't leave me solo dolo.
That's him. That's Aaron Solo Dolo.
You ever seen the Key and Peele sketch? Aaron.
No, so I'm not Aaron. I'm a moron. Bye. Sorry, I've got to go. I've just seen my colleague and occasional acquaintance Cody Rhodes. His words, like he killed him. Well, look at us. You seen Aaron Solo? Kind of a hunk. Like, got idiots off the internet. Like, old married farts mocking his game. Thanks, Codes. Yeah, you really chucked somebody on the bus for us to kick the body off.
Maybe you like wrestling, don't you? Maybe if you give me your number, we could go out tonight. Oh. That's a new bit. Aaron Solo's crap child blinds.
Yeah, I love it. Aaron's still Solo.
I know you're thinking, why are you asking me out again, Aaron? Because you've rejected me on several occasions. Whoa, I'll never give up. Oh, come on, Aaron.
You're an angel because you took a bump in the ring falling off the top rope.
Hit the ugly branch on every tree. No, that's wrong.
God, that's not right, is it?
I've been chatting to Stacks. I'm sorry, I apologise. Anyway, the babyfaces come back into it.
You go through NXT because I wanted to look at my hard camera. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Jasmine. Shh, that's not the wrong one. It's Lane Reed. I forgot her name. That was the other one, wasn't it? We don't mention her.
You might say that our attraction is toxic. Fucking hell. I can look, but I can't touch. It's the Bellas.
Hey, it could be worse. You slammed the door in my face, but you could kick my head through the door like Jason. Jason.
Don't we, Alan? Fallon. Did you dare me put hot sauce on my ass?
Can't get the lid off.
I was sitting on the bottle. Broke up there. Speaking of which, I got a video. Do you want to...
So the babyfaces.
You gotta laugh.
Babyfaces stereo dives to the outside to take us to a break. We come back. Green's in trouble, but she gets a neck breaker on Laney Reed. Stratton gets the hot tag. Stratton does that cartwheel float over Alabama slam. I like that move. Goes up top, hits a swanton, but Henley breaks up the pinfall. Green comes in, wants the unpretty her. That gets reversed. Reed goes up top. Green chucks her out. In all the madness here, out of nowhere, JC Jane hits Chelsea Green with the rolling encore, and they hit the fatal floor. I think this might be the moment that she did the orbital bone.
Yep.
Fallon Henley, though, pins the world champion. Post-match, here come the irresistible forces to just kick the crap out of some more and stand over them.
Booking, like, I've kind of got lost in the old Aaron Solo.
Yeah, me
so
too.
I apologise. But the point I wanted to...
The thing about I like about you, Fallon, is you're not like most girls.
Action eye while you're here. You're not like most girls. Just pretend to say that. No, I do want to talk about all of these because everyone, right up until the end, goddamn, I hope it's nothing too serious. I did see Chelsea Green posted a video and she herself didn't know yet the extent of what this could do.
I did. I'd never want an injury to anyone, especially not Chelsea Green, but I did think, so you're going to have to wear like an Undertaker mask.
Well, this is the thing, innit? As she pointed, and I wonder if she did this on purpose, as she pointed out in that video, you know how it is, guys, like sometimes when a bad thing happens, and quite a few bad things seem to happen to me, we kind of turn it around, it becomes good. I felt like she was doing this as if to say, I don't know if I can do it with this one. I'm not sure the severity of it yet,
yeah.
And it's not just a simple, like, here we are. Oh, another funny mask. No, you should, like, she could go blind.
Agony,
like
she could be in agony walking around.
Yeah.
Any blow to her head could.
Funny mask.
Yeah.
But my God, has this been really well booked? There was an example of a thing, and I can't remember if it was WWE or AEW. I sense it was probably AEW, but there was an example of a thing we were talking about last week or the week before, where something was so good that then you were able to reflect back and realize what they were doing to arrive at the point that something was good. And the thinking was, you know what? If they've put that much thought into a thing that's going to reveal itself in like 4 or 5 weeks, and it's mid-card stuff, then they're probably putting that much thought into everything.
Yeah.
And it bodes well. It means that they're actually trying again. And this is a perfect example. Order of events. JC Jane gets eliminated, quite surprisingly.
Yes.
By Tiffany Stratton and doesn't make it into the title match at SummerSlam. And we're like, that's a real blow. That feels disappointing. It's okay, though, because Fatal Influence win a match as a trio. Beat the Bellas and beat Paige because that helps further that story. But in the meantime, you've had Fallon and Laney Reed win the belts. So you've used the fact that JC's not been able to get in this ladder match to put her into this thing where they've won the tag belts, and now they get this huge win over the Bellas and Paige at SummerSlam, a big platform, all that kind of stuff, and nothing is lost by the JC Jane loss. Meanwhile, Tiffany getting that win creates a scenario in which Chelsea actually gets to, and it's nothing personal, but away you go, I'm winning the belt, right? Because that's the setup for Tiffany to turn on it, as you were saying with the champagne bottle, as we've kind of been saying since the beginning. You're waiting for the shoe to drop. It's really horrible, but it's kind of part of the fun. And now, just to kind of top all that off, Chelsea Green has been the reason why Tiffany Stratton has got to defend that belt and probably lose that belt.
And Jessie has a good reason, accidentally, for not even being a corner next week.
So where are we at from JC Jane losing to Tiffany Stratton? We're all the way back at JC Jane versus Tiffany Stratton, where she beat her for the belt. That's really, really good booking. Like, overlaps with another different story, gets a bunch of people over in the middle, gets Tiffany Stratton over, who has got to be the person to take this belt off Chelsea Green, injured or not. I think, like, her losing the US and then snapping and being awful to Chelsea Green, that might be the ultra rare heat angle that actually has heat.
Yeah.
You know, the kind of old-fashioned heel beatdown where people say, I feel really bad about this. I love Chelsea Green and this has made me sad and I'm angry. And then they have a title match. Like, really, really nicely arranged stuff, all of this. And the match was decent too.
Yeah,
like,
if you want to put your phone number into my phone file, and you see I've not actually written your name as Fallon Henley. I've put your name as Jason Derulo. I know what you're thinking, why would I do that? Because if you play cards right, you'll be riding solo. That's a mood, actually. Sorry about that.
And I'm like, Aaron, actually, that's quite good. Like, you did the work there, mate.
You never heard Jason Derulo? He did a song called Doesn't Matter.
Leave it. It's fine. It doesn't really work. There's a W on the end of my name. His work.
That's my new favourite bit.
See, the thing is about me, like, you know, you want to come to football in England because I'm a big West Ham fan. And if you come to the game with me, you'll forever be blowing bubbles. By the way, sometimes people call me Bubbles. Should have told you that before, and so the joke works.
You know, as you know, my name's Aaron. Oh, you didn't know that. I'm Aaron. I've said it a few times. Obviously, with a name like Aaron, with two A's at the beginning, you'd think I always come first, but don't worry, I won't.
Don't worry, I won't.
I can't wait to tell Sidge about this. He's going to love it.
Don't worry, I won't. That's amazing. That's like, don't worry, I won't has got me like on my nose, give me a bath.
I bumped into Pacitti last night, by the way.
Oh, aye.
He's doing well. It's lovely to see him. Saw Sam from obviously
shout out,
back
boys.
in the day at the National Wrestling League show. And Pacitti's obviously out of the loop of everything. He said, how's it all going? You know, he's like, do you ever get like, you know, a bit burnt out with wrestling? I was like, you know what? I think everyone does. Barring you and the Fed, basically.
Yeah.
I was like, I think you need to take a break sometimes. I think it's good to get out of the loop of things. But also you need to find your own fun in it, like we do. Like, and I said, it's a perfect example. Last week, Michael Sidgwick compared CM Punk to Captain Tom Moore, and he laughed his head off.
It's just, I was thinking about that for days. So Captain Tom Moore.
Anyway, after all this,
God.
Kathy Kelly's chatting with Damian Priest. Obviously, we've missed the chance to talk about Haku being part of the MFTs now.
Yeah, Haku's here now.
Friend of the channel.
Kind of.
Yeah, Priest furious. He says we keep beating them, then they beat us up, and you know.
And now Haku's here.
Typical guys, you'd expect Haku's here, as always. But he did quite a fired up promo and says, "We're supposed to be afraid. I've got Ron Killings. I'm a former world heavyweight champion. I'm going to kick their asses again." But before he can say any more, the War Raiders walk in. War Raiders keep going after them for the tag titles, and then the MFTs getting their way. Basically, R-Truth walks in. R-Truth says, "We're not afraid of you. No luchadors, Road Warriors, Legion of Doom," and he's going to put he's announced that he's spoken to Nick Aldis, and they're putting their tag titles on the line next week against both the MFTs and the War Raiders. War Raiders like win the tag titles and beat all those guys up. Sweet. Priest isn't happy because obviously they had a title versus title thing, and the AAA titles are not on the line here.
Yeah, I thought the LED bit was quite cute. Aaron Solo walks in. And he's like, yeah, you're a couple of chickens, you're fridge raiders, no, mine war raiders. Is that anything? See you later, guys.
Are you trying to chat us up? Or?
I don't know. That's the thing about me. You won't. Promise, you won't.
Randy Orton walks out, gets a huge reaction, along with a recap of what happened at WrestleMania 42 and the bloody mess that he left Cody Rhodes' face in.
Promise, you won't.
Before Orton could say anything, though, basically, Cody Rhodes comes out and stomps down in that Cody way that he does. He jumps through the ring.
You come here.
Orton rolls out. Cody's like, come on, fight me. Orton T's going in, backs off. Cody's like, what are you waiting for? It's got to take place in this ring. You know it. It's been 100 days. I know you want to get in. Get in this ring right now. And Orton, no. Cody's like, really? That's how we're going to do this? When we all know how this ends up? I know you don't answer to anybody, but after 20 years, after all we've been through, Randy, you owe me an explanation. Randy says, I owe you an explanation? Are you crazy? I don't know you, Jack. You, Cody, you asked for this, remember? Back during the road to WrestleMania, you asked for the very best version of Randy Orton. In fact, you gave me permission to be the very best version of Randy Orton, you cocky, arrogant son of a bitch. You gave permission to me, a 14-time world champion, the Viper, the legend killer. Well, I played your game, didn't I, at WrestleMania in Vegas? I gave you the best version of Randy Orton, and what did you do? I'll tell you what you did. Right in the middle of that ring, you beat me, 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, but in that moment, something deep down snapped. The voices came back more clear than it had been ever during my entire career, and they told me to do whatever I had to do to put you down on all fours, back up, and kick you in the face as hard as I could. And then, in that moment, I realized that the best version of Randy Orton wasn't going to bring home number 15, but the worst version of Randy Orton can and will. I don't care who has it. I'm going to take it back. I don't care if it's Owens or Punk. But there's one thing I know. I will not be taking it from you, Cody Rhodes, because as long as there is air in my lungs, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure you never, ever, ever are WWE champion again. Cody says, right, the worst version of yourself. Where's the title right now? What are you talking about? I'm not held to the standards of a championship anymore. I don't have to turn the other cheek. Look at me. I don't have to turn the other eye. You're talking about the worst version of yourself? What about the version of me? I don't have to be the damn good guy anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Forget about the title. You know what needs to take place here. Newsflash for you. You call yourself the legend killer? Look around, Randy. You're the last legend left in WWE. My question to you is this. Who kills you? Who wants to kill Randy Orton?
Sometimes it feels like that's the only way to stop him being in WWE. I like this.
I did. I saw people arguing this was better than Punk and Owens.
No, that's crap. But it's... I promise you will. You won't. No, it was good, though. It was good. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. So you kind of got to not think about this one. Like, which, as a result, might be a barrier of entry for some people. Like, what Orton was saying would have made a lot more sense if... rather than him disappearing for 100 days, Cody disappeared for 1. But he did just sort of turn up on Raw with a bruise.
Yes.
Like the punt. Say if that one time Shawn Michaels sat up like it was the friggin' Undertaker. The punt is this death blow. Mm-hmm. And Orton, to use his own words, by becoming the worst version of himself, does this like unthinkable, like inflicts, I am so tired, inflicts this unthinkable act on somebody. And he did it on Cody. And the ramifications were what? Orton goes away, Cody doesn't. Cody doesn't lose the belt. It's not even related to the kick in the head, you know? And they're kind of asking you to pretend that was this, like, Orton unlocking the Derek is curing. But then, like, you know, he was nastier and more vicious when he was turning heel on him in the first place. And then Pat McAfee kind of screwed that up. So, like, none of it really, because the WrestleMania build was such a mess, this doesn't actually hang together. However... where I get where people are coming from with the comparison to the Punk and Owens thing, I think they're just saying that because they're probably bitter about CM Punk, because lots of people always are. Like, they were trying to sell you on this being the biggest thing going, the angriest thing going. They're like, nothing was settled at WrestleMania. I was like, then how come it felt settled for ages? And I thought they were both convincing enough. I like Orton as a guy who has realised, like he's had some sort of awakening and realised he wants that effing title. Like, it's one thing to try and beat Cody Rhodes for it. It's one thing to want the WrestleMania main event and all the kind of, adjacent riches that come with being in the main event. It's quite another to develop like an obsession for the physical belt. The idea that like, you know what, Cody, you're right, actually. I am this bad guy or this whoever, but you're not really my problem now. It's Punk or Owens that becomes my problem when they've had their title match.
Is it bad, though, that my biases are showing here, that I went, okay. I don't care about all that. Cody, about that, I don't have to be the good guy anymore thing. And like, after you inevitably win this feud, because God knows we don't need Randy Orton anywhere near the world title picture ever again.
Well, yeah. But
I get that. You know, Randy can't come out and say, well, after I beat you, well, I don't know, actually, because I probably know that's not going to happen, is it? Because we need to get back to Cody and Punk. And
I beat you. I might take Christmas off. And then we'll come back in the new year. I don't fancy the Rumble. I don't want to win. You can't do that as a character, can you? No, Cody's stuff was great. I love the... a bit like Orton's obsession with wanting the title, I love Cody just making up rules about what it is to be the champion. He's setting that challenge for himself.
Yeah, but you also buy that he would do that.
And then he would do that, yeah.
I need to be the better guy in all of this. I'm a champion.
So he's setting that rule for himself, but then he's realised, it's almost like because he lost to Punk at SummerSlam, he probably thought, it's fine, I'm going to get it back at SummerSlam, so I can keep adhering to the rules I've set for myself. Now he's lost that, and he's not even next, because Kevin Owens is next.
And arguably so Sami Zayn.
It's like, well, right, so the rules I've got in place, I don't need to follow them for a bit. And he forgets that he's setting them. He can change those rules anytime he wants, but he doesn't, because he's trying to be a man of honor. And then here's the twist. One of the rules he can change is being dishonorable. Like, then it's fun. It's like it's got way more chance of succeeding in the Mania match. Way more chance. Yeah. Whatever a Sunday night's main event, possibly. Like, probably don't want to waste it on Worlds Collide now. He's friggin' Psycho Clown there for all I care. AEW's dead. Like, but there's a destination for this match that won't be anywhere near as high stakes as WrestleMania. And for that matter, it won't be set up to fail like the Mania match was, Like, people would, and I thought me and you on these podcasts tried to offer a little bit of balance on the Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee of it, but people hated that. A lot of people, like, had Orton and Cody as their, like, I've waited all my life for this, And look, I wasn't big into the Shield thing, but Seth and Roman kind of pulled out of the bag on the night, didn't they? Yeah. Cody and Randy did not. And the challenge now is to sort of get it right this time, and without any of the inherent interruptions. And the dynamics are clearer. Like, you know who these are. Like, it doesn't matter that Cody's tweenering out a little bit. You know he's tweenering out. The direction is clear. If the opportunity presents itself to take a shortcut, he'll take it.
Crossroads onto a chair or something. Yeah.
Orton might be a bad guy in this, but he's telling you he's going to be a bad guy. If the opportunity, he's not going to sit around and wait to punt. If the head's down, he's going to try and kick it off. Like, they're kind of being clear on this one. It's good.
Sami Zayn is backstage venting to Gargano and Candice. He's on the outside looking in when it comes to the WWE Championship picture again. He admits he's jealous of KO.
I'd say your husband's stiff as a board, Candice. I'm stiff. Bye.
You're married, aren't you? Sorry. I forgot that.
That's the point. Yeah, I should have come in mentioned your husband in my first line.
I didn't think it's very sorry.
I promise you won't.
Just say when. Like, like the Punk and... he's not jealous of Kevin Owens.
You never know when my coat might fall out your hair.
He's not jealous that he gets to wrestle CM Punk, but because he could look him right in the eyes and tell him to his face what a bloody fraud he is. He's behind me, isn't he? And he is there. And Punk says, are we still doing this? And he just gesticulates to everything. Not just Sammy, but this. Johnny you're still here, Johnny. Come on, mate. He means Sammy crying and bitching behind his back. He says, you got a big mouth when I'm not around. I know you two are jealous of me, Kevin and Sammy. I've no idea about you, Johnny, but at least Kevin had the decency to say it to my face. See, I always like that. There's a little bit of like, yeah, he's a prick, but he's just a prick to my face.
Yeah, rules.
He calls, Sammy says, Punk, you're a fraud, your days are numbered. I'd do a lot more than just talking if I didn't have a broken bone in my left hand. Welcome to the club. Sort of, Sammy.
It's been a year for it, isn't it?
Yeah.
You, Hendo in the World Cup, Sami Zayn. Who was the other? Like,
there was another prominent one.
There was a prominent wrist injury. There's been blue loads of him. Aaron Solo, probably, based on the sounds of it.
Sammy says he'd break Punk's face if he wasn't injured. He says, I disagree. If you could, you would have done it in your match in Chicago, but you lost, just like Kevin Owens is going to lose. Back of the line, in the jealous category, in the title shot category. I'll give Johnny and Candice a title shot before I give you one. And Sammy he leaves, and Sammy starts yelling at Johnny. Candice tells him, calm down.
I was thinking, if Punk had said, like, mid-rant to Sami Zayn, Sammy, title shots don't just fall out of the sky, but they do for everybody else. That's the fucking point of it all. Like, they're just like, at this point, it's like, what? Why am I continuing to just be on this path that nobody else has to be on? Like, it's just so great, man. Like, his performance is always awesome. They look as if they're all super locked in. This was fun, right? Johnny Gargano kind of like kept this light. So the real life for this is, and cut. And everybody backs up the lights and it was good. I think these hate each other. Like, I don't doubt for a second that this hatred, and then Sammy and Kevin go back to their bit of the locker room.
Yeah.
He's a bastard, isn't he? And Punk goes, and he's sort of ringing AJ, being like, they were being dickheads again. And like Cody's being like, we're all right though, aren't we? Like, and then WWE High, like the school where like the different friends are. I'm buying that's what this locker room is. And it's, it's perfect. It's how you're supposed to feel about how they all interact with one another.
Fallon, I saw you on the that promo train recently. I get this card. It says, "I choose you." Like Simpsons, isn't it?
You seen that one? Doesn't she break his heart in that episode? I don't know.
We get a promo from Jade Cargill saying she's going to kick Charlotte's ass in a second, and a promo from Nikki Bella, who puts everything on page, basically.
Yeah.
There's like a nice, not nice, but a freeze frame of how Nikki got taken out of WrestleMania, basically. She says, I single-handedly revitalized this Paige career, and how does she repay me? By losing the tag titles and leeching onto my sister every chance she got. I thought it was quite good, this from Nikki. Brie deserved better. I did everything I could to return and fight alongside my sister, and yet again, bloody Paige let us down, didn't she? That was my final straw. Because of you, Paige, my sister's hurt. Great sort of, no, that's not the reason, but I suppose in your head it is. And because of you, the Bella Twins aren't together right now. I'm going to make sure you feel the pain that Bree's feeling, and I'll make sure whatever career you've got left is going to be pure misery. That's why she's going to be wrestling her.
Yeah. Nick, if you like final straw, you'll love Snow Patrol. Run. Come back. Nikki Bella, like, this is a workaround from the Brie Bella injury.
Yes.
We know this. But Nikki Bella, God bless her, even as a babyface who'd been gone 15 years, she sounded like she was like going to tear strips out the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
This is what she does best. Like, I do wish that both Bellas could like dial down the acting. They're good, real talkers.
Yeah.
They really are. I know you've seen like a lot more like Total Bellas and Total Divas, but even that, there's an element of it that is performative, right? Like, I'll see the podcast on my YouTube thing every now and then, and I'll like, if there's something they're talking about that I'm interested in, I'll give it a look. And I like them.
Yeah.
I like the Bellas. I really do. And then like, there's just something, right? It's the Buzz Lightyear example I always use, wrestling switch, where the voice changes a bit, where the cadence just does not know to be anything other than the WWE system they came up in, It's like leaving pauses for the what chant and then being angry that you're getting the what chant.
Yes.
It's just a brain, but better doing it as a heel. Convincing it as a heel, I want Paige to get her revenge,
Yeah.
Job done.
And Shinsuke Nakamura's there as well.
Yeah.
He wants the MFTs. He says, you think you've evolved MFTs, you've got a leader now, you've also got past enemies. You need to remember who you are. You need to remember who I am. I'm the king of strong style. The artist known as Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm back, and this time I will not be alone. I'm starting a war. I'm no longer a one-man army. We're warriors, you're just pawns. here is your warning, you're running out of time.
Right. So for those that don't know, running out of time is reference to Hiromu Takahashi, who for months now, we have been patiently waiting to turn it with Naraki on NXT.
What the hell's going on?
Guess who's just got a promotion? Unless Naraki's going up as well. Unless Nakamura is bringing the pair of them. But in the short term, at least, Hiromu's coming to SmackDown. That's going to be something to look at, isn't it?
I can't wait to see the people who'll be like, yeah, know all about him.
Yeah. About time. Time that you made it to SmackDown.
Weird, but okay.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated always with these sort of things. How are you going to do this, WWE?
Let's see. Hiromu's getting on. My word, as he stamped his bump card over the years at this point. So he might be the most broken down version of himself, but initially the presentation, if you've never seen Hiromu Takahashi before, you're in for a treat. It's very exciting.
XWCPW?
A very exciting performer. A contemporary classic in New Japan Junior Heavyweight. And it's just funny that, you get in there with Tola Tonga and you give him hell. All right, let's have a look at that for a minute. I don't know if I want it for much longer than a minute, but let's have a look at it for a minute. Why not?
Main event of the evening then, Charlotte Flair versus Jade Cargill.
Speaking of things I'm not sure I want for a minute, but my God, do I want that minute.
It was chaotic in the best and worst way at the same time. Personified by the start where they were like, we'll do a lockup, then we'll spill through the rope. And I was like, Jesus, that's a bit of a rough start.
Is it fair to call this the exact match you imagined?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Queen's Decree. Is that new?
Right. This pissed me off. This is a pet hate in life to me, right? I have it's like an ick come, I'm dead mad, with times when everybody, except you, pretends like they've been saying something forever. It really boils my piss. I don't know why this example is just.
I thought you meant the move, because it was set up for a devil's kiss.
No, the move.
It's preposterous.
It's daft. It is daft.
She said, if you haven't seen it, she sets up like she's going to do the devil's kiss like Vakuhei, which she did previously, but then people were like, you're just doing Vakuhei's move. So instead, she holds them in that position and then rolls forward and they have to front flip over her, and then they almost try and make it like a Three Amigos Queen's Decree spot. Well, we all have been calling it the Queen's Decree for months now.
I lost my mind with this because they were Queen's Decreeing out on the call.
I don't mind they call this double vision.
No, because it's just right. They've just introduced this.
They've done this move before, but they've decided this is the name for it.
Yeah. We've seen it in action once. We like it. It's this. It was vintage Queen's Decree. What? It's February 2020, right? And I've not even looked at the newspapers. I've not even gone on BBC, and I've not read that there's a pretty big story incoming. And you come into the office and you keep a meter away from me, and you just and I kind of morning, whoops, and come on, mate, social distancing. What? Excuse you? It's social distancing. You've got social distancing, haven't you? What's that? Hug me.
It's the Queen's Decree, mate.
It's Queen's Decree. It's bad. It's funny though. There'll have been people who for years have had the types I'm on about who would have been well, Canadian Destroyer don't work, and it's I get it, but an Irish whip doesn't work.
Yeah. You don't pull at that string.
Doesn't really. Where's the bruise? Where's the bruise, Pete? But this one is particularly agree. You're right. It's I still want that. I still want that move, please. I still want that devil's kiss. Charlotte, just drop it. You could have your pick. Have my pick, you say. Right, check this out.
And then you front flip what from here? Okay. Anyway, Flair gets slammed onto the commentary table to take us to a break. When we come back, Cargill's hitting a spine buster to get a near fall. She gets countered, though, by a big German suplex by Flair in the corner. This was awesome, where she goes for the pump kick, does Jade. Charlotte Flair just goes to do that, walk over clothesline she does, and just gets nailed with a big boot.
Tell you what, it's all of this is quite sloppy, but it looks...
looked like a fight, didn't it?
Yeah, it's the counters and the attack in the moment, it feels intuitive rather than... Right, what bit are we doing next? Mm-hmm. They're she's left her face exposed. Bash, take one of them. I don't know. I got quite a lot out of this, even though what I was watching was sometimes horrifically executed.
The last bit was an absolute car crash. So Flair hits a crossbody, but Jade rolls through and gets a pin, gets a 2 count. Cargill gets a big kick and then a torture rack powerbomb. Flair kicks out at 2.
And it was supposed to be a matching strength off.
Yeah.
So it's like the psychology is sound. I'm not having a go at the structure.
Best bit came next for me. Flair goes for the stratosphere as Cargill sat up in the corner. But Cargill powers her out of that. Avalanche powerbomb.
Quality.
Awesome for a 2 count.
Yeah. Like a bold pitch. Really bold.
Yeah.
Whoever kind of came up with that, I think I know which one of them. It's like impressive.
Jade misses with a pump kick. Flair hits her with a big boot, gets the figure 8, and out comes Beef Abamichin to cause the distraction and break up the submission. In that moment, Alexa Bliss's music hits. She comes out with Lily.
Lily coming back. To be fair, Lily got a pop.
Yeah.
There was 3 pops here. There was Alexa Bliss, there was Lily, and then there was lights off. Pop, pop, pop.
Yeah, lights go out, and when they come back up, Tatum Paxley, one of our own from NXT, is on the top rope. Huge crossbody from the top to the outside onto Michin and B-Fab.
That was great. That was, like, in terms of sound fundamentals, the best execution of anything we saw in this match.
So good in the replay, wasn't it?
Of it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
The wingspan, the landing, like, it looked impactful, but yet it was a catch rather than probably what she's used to in NXT, which is just, like, getting just bounced off the concrete. Like...
And then back to the ring where they fall over. Flair eventually gets her in position for a Sister Abigail DDT. Jay went, I know what happens here. See you later. Not yet. Now we go for it. She goes for that.
Not yet, mate.
And then Charlotte hit a, well, do you want to talk us through the supernatural selection?
What a brilliant thing in Charlotte's brain. Charlotte's brain is brilliant.
I love her. She's got a 1, 2, 3 in the win, and then there's the new team now.
The natural selection was always such a good finisher because it took from a Mr. Perfect spot that was always really cool. You know, you all know which one I'm talking about. The opponent is sat up and she runs and attacks that neck with such force. She's doing the flip and all they're doing is getting whiplashed, but it's enough.
Mm-hmm.
She does it to Jade Cargill, who is in a standing position in the ring, not even sitting up.
I was going,
moving.
what are you doing with this? Are you in the wrong position? Is she meant to hit like the moonsault or something?
A moving standing position. And Charlotte, to both of their credit, by the way, does catch her and does do the kind of rainbow over-the-top arching natural selection. It's like a Buff Bagwell blockbuster, but to the back of her neck. And then Jade, God bless her, because if they've rehearsed this, they must have done it with like a mat or something. You can't just like, you're not going to knock these out on the ring, are you, until showtime. Is that the first point it's occurred to her? Wait a minute, how do I bump off this then?
Yeah.
Because Charlotte's momentum is kind of pulling her, and she has to go vertically onto her head, like that still image of Shawn Michaels against Sid. And then imagine in that split second, like, I'm on my head here, and just, well, I can't flip over with it, because that theoretically then kind of neutralises the move. It's just me and Charlotte going,
face slammed into you.
So she kind of just has to, like, go from her head, like crumple down
into a
sack of bones style. It's a weirdo thing to look at, isn't it? Like, but they kind of do stuff to each other, and that's how people win.
Yeah.
Like, are we at the point where we've come all the way around and it's like, oh, and Charlotte and Jade kind of do the weird stuff, I'm into it.
Yeah.
Like, they kind of, it's like...
No, I saw people being like, this is an absolutely atrocious finish to the match, and I was like, I kind of liked it.
What they doing? Wrestling. I'll have a bit more, please.
Jade has taken the position from Nia Jax because Nia can actually work with Charlotte.
Yeah. They've kind of figured each other out.
Yeah.
It was something to watch this.
Yeah.
And the Tatum Paxley debut was spot on.
I love Tatum Paxley.
It does. Let's call a spade here. It does not fit one bit, but it didn't matter. Like,
I quite like it because Charlotte's like, woo! I got my colours here. And like, I'm a bit dark. And it's like, I brought my dark mate with me, actually. Tatum Paxley's here. What? And even Charlotte in the ring was like, yeah.
We only just made friends with you, and now this one. Bloody hell.
I like it.
I'm game for it. I'm totally game for it, but it's just...
It is a bad time to be meeting and beef. I want to say that.
You're about to get paxoed.
But... yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It might not be good, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
And for NXT lore fans, the stuff that really matters, it's important to move Tatum, now a babyface, to SmackDown while you've got Lyra, now a heel, over on Raw. You got to keep the dream matches, right? You got to like, you want, that's Rumble time.
That's Survivor Series right there.
Survivor Series, Rumble. It's like, you are, I see you, sir. You are working a serious brand supremacy under siege ticket. I've been watching. You want to make War Games red and blue. You want
to make it interesting.
You want
red versus blue this year would be
half and half. Now that Roman and Seth are friends, half and half Shield shirts with the. You want it back?
It's class.
No.
It. And guess what? There's 3 shows. So why don't we run that one back? Because the last time we run that, who won it? Oh, it was NXT.
I literally don't remember.
NXT.
Yeah.
Where who would it be? Oh my God. Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Tony D'Angelo. Hey! It's not going to get that far.
He's got experience in War Games. We talked about this recently.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Imagine that's why for War Games we need our X Factor. They've got, Jade Cargill and Sean Flair on the same goddamn team for SmackDown. What the hell? We need Nikita Lyons. I'm here, and we're going to get that W. Yes! Make it happen. Hey, Jade, your music, it says there's storms coming. Not the only thing, probably. Give me my phone number. Okay.
Promise you won't.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Aaron. I really like Aaron so much.
Oh, here he goes. Yeah, and he gets us now.
He might be, he might be at the All-In After Party. I've got to be careful.
The thing about character assassination is it's just a joke.
Yeah. I'll make you go, whoa, 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 whoa. Don't worry about that. Anyway, let us know your thoughts on SmackDown in the comment section below.
Or orgasm.
Or next at WhatCulture WWE Watch. You can follow both of us. Sort of. You can follow Michael Hamflett at
HamflettX@gmail.com. I'm also on Cameo.
Follow me at Adam Wilbourn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. And make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling wherever you get your podcast from for daily wrestling podcasts. Raw preview, as we mentioned from earlier on today, is available right now. And we've got a Q&A later on as well. But for now, this has been the SmackDown review, where we've talked all about Cody Rhodes wanting to kill Randy Orton, the United States Championship match between Baron Corbin and Trick Williams, Chelsea Green's injury, get well soon, Chelsea, the return of Alexa Bliss, and CM Punk and Kevin Owens' War of Words.
The SmackDown review, it's all jizz and so much more.
See you soon.